Hello, concert band brass players. I'm looking here at the second Lyrical Etude, the one in the middle of the page. Just a reminder that you only need to pick one from each side, so if you're already preparing a different Lyrical Etude, you obviously don't need to work on this one as well. Before we start, you should pause your video right now and make sure you have at least a pencil and your music. You'll probably want your instrument as well, if you can, to play through some things as we go along. So, first things first, we are in concert C major, which is not too bad, a key most of us are familiar with. And we're in 6/8 time. Now you'll notice that the tempo marking tells us to play to the 8th note. Oops, and I'm drawing in white. Good job. Okay, so it tells us to play to the 8th note, right? So we're in 6 here. Very calm, very relaxed, really pretty slow. There are a couple of tricky rhythms in here, and we'll kind of look at them as we go, but be careful and make sure you stay in pulse. So, in this first phrase, which I'm going to say goes to about here, you will want to, first of all, work on being really gentle and calm, everything smooth, everything connected. In terms of phrasing, you'll want to phrase with kind of the general musical line. So when the line goes up, like there, to a crescendo, as the line goes back down, make sure you're doing a decrescendo. Don't feel like you need to phrase with every single note, like just because it goes up and then up, like you don't need to do a bunch of little things there. But phrase with kind of the general direction of the line. The last thing you'll want to notice is that the phrase ends actually with an 8th note. So don't play that 8th note too short and kind of cut it off. Take some extra time on the breath if you need to, but make sure that 8th note stays nice and long. And you'll hear that when I play it for you right now. So there's the first phrase. You'll notice that I did not cut off that last note, and then everything is just really kind of relaxed. Okay, looking ahead to the second phrase now. Goes from here, probably all the way to here. Crescendo is written in the music. And that's going to be not just dynamics, but also kind of in energy and intensity. You're going to get a little bit more kind of passionate about it. So you're gaining in dynamics all the way up, big crescendo here. This little mark here, the little line, it's a tenuto mark. Oftentimes it means to play the note long or full value. In this case it actually means to emphasize the note. Oftentimes in lyrical pieces that means you just give it a little bit more emphasis, and you'll hear exactly what I mean when I play it. So you peak at the forte here, and then it says right away diminuendo. So again, it's not just in dynamics, but also in style, in kind of energy. So I'm going to play it for you, and then we're going to take a look at this measure with the rallentando here, because the counting is a little bit confusing. So here I go. Second phrase. So that is our second phrase. You hear how I played that measure with the rallentando. It just all kind of slows down to a nice, really fermata breath right there. Let's write in a little bit of counting. So if we're counting in 6, this is 1, and then 2 is here, and 3, 4, but we don't play it because it's tied, and 5, 6. So it's 1 and 3 and 5, 6. So I would play it actually without the rallentando at first until you have the rhythm really solid, and then you can add in a slowing down. But the rallentando will only work if you're in pulse and kind of in rhythm to begin with. So don't try to add it in too early. Play it without first. Okay, the ending of this then, is really musically even more simple than the rest of it. It is basically one big hairpin, right? Crescendo up to the peak, and then decrescendo, and really just relax the tempo, relax the dynamic, relax everything on the way down. One little thing you'll probably notice me do is, you see this line is going up, and then it kind of comes back down and goes up again. I'm going to try to re-emphasize and really kind of dig into the crescendo right there, and kind of give it a little bit more shape that way. So. So not too much rallentando at the end there, but enough. These notes, again with the tenuto, they're kind of placed. A little bit of emphasis, nice and long, and a little bit tongued as well. So I'm going to play the whole thing for you one last time, just so you can kind of hear it with all of the stuff that we talked about. But I think that's it as far as stuff I'm going to discuss. So enjoy working on it, and here I go one more time. This is the second lyrical etude.